Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and today I am continuing my series on the symbolism of the tarot, and we are going to be looking at the Queen of Swords, one of my favorite cards in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, one of the few women in the deck as well. So my symbolism series is all about looking at the deeper symbolism of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot to help us understand the deck at a deeper level, because there is so much more behind each one of these cards than just looking at the image in front of you. So we are going to look at the astrology, we're going to look at the Kabbalah, and in particular, we're going to look at the elements, because the elements are a little bit of a cheat to help you remember the energy that is in the card. We can't look at numerology because there's no numerology with the Royal Arcana. They do behave differently and astrologically. So if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about that, then let's spin the camera around and I will take you on a deep dive to understand the Queen of Swords. So let's have a look at the Queen of Swords, her Golden Dawn title, and we're following the Golden Dawn symbolism through with all of my videos on all of the cards of the deck. The Golden Dawn title is the Queen of the Thrones of the Air, a beautiful airy title. And when we look at the Queen of Swords, she is sitting on her throne in the air with her sword pointed directly upwards into the clarity of the blue sky. So I will talk to you a little bit about the other symbolism, the astrology and the Kabbalah to do with this card. There's no numerology with Royal Arcana because they don't have numerical allocations. But to me, the strongest sense of symbolism that I've had with the Royal Arcana that really helps me remember the meaning of the cards is the elements. So we're looking at here, all queens are water, all pages are earth, all knights are air, and we've worked our way all the way through all of those except for the Pentacles. At this point in time, I'm about to start the Pentacles. All queens are water and all kings are fire. So regardless of where they sit on the astrological wheel, each Royal Arcana card has an elemental allocation. On top of that is the allocation of element that goes with the suit. So wands are fire, queens are air, cups are water, I'll get it out in a minute, swords are air, and pentacles are earth. So if we look at the queen, she is water of air. Queens are water, swords are air. Now, water and air are neutral to each other. So this is a card that doesn't have a lot of disruption. So the energy here is a nice calm energy, and you'll see that as I describe the meaning of the card. So I'm going to be looking at my tarot symbolism cheat sheets to help me as I go along talking about the cards. So let's have a look at the other queens to put this queen in perspective. So we've got Queen of Wands, water of fire. So queens are water, wands are fire. Water and fire, as we know, do not get along. Water puts fire out. So this is a card of disruption. And we can see here the Queen is a strong symbol here of disrupted energy. That certainly is really important in terms of the King, who of course is fire of fire. And we'll talk about, well, I've already talked about the King of Wands, but we'll talk about all of the kings when we get to each one of them, so you can see how they all sit together. Queen of Cups, water of water. She almost has too much emotion. But when we look at the energy of the King of Cups, the impetuousness because of the disruption, because we're looking at fire of water, it's really important that she has an overload of energy because she counteracts him. Queen of Swords, water of air is neutral. And then Queen of Pentacles, beautiful, nurturing, nature, soft, gentle card, water of water. So, water of earth. So again, if you think about water and earth, water feeds the earth. So we've got a beautiful marrying together of elements there to create a really lovely enhancement. And when we think of nature, nurturing, the earth, grounding, this is a really strongly feminine card. So let's look at the Queen of Swords in terms of her other allocations, symbolic allocations. We've got the Tree of Life, and all of those queens sit on Binah, or understanding. The Seraphot, or the orb that sits here at the top of the tree, emanates feminine energy, intuitive understanding, contemplation, and deep spiritual energy, deep knowing and understanding that is organically present. So all of the queens sit on Binah, and they are there as a counterpoint to the king. They are there to balance his energy. So, now the Hebrew letter is He, and again, the creative power of the universal energy, and He is a beautiful representation of giving, receiving. It represents completeness, expression, revelation. It is a way of putting your power and recognizing the power around you out into the universe into a positive way. So again, if you're thinking about that in terms of being a queen, it's about her recognizing the importance of her power and her right to rule, and the power of that right to rule. So Queen of Swords, classical element is water of air. Queens are water, the suit is air. Let's have a look at some Golden Dawn timing. Now, the Queen of Swords rules from 3rd decan Virgo to 2nd decan Libra. And you can use the dates that I've put there, which are September 12 to October 12, to have a sense of timing. I'll show you on the astrological wheel. Now, if you want this wheel, it's in my Etsy shop, and it is one of my tarot symbolism cheat sheets, the astrology cheat sheets. So I'll make sure that there is a link to that down in the description box for you. And of course, if you'd like to be part of my community, don't forget to go to connectwithyourdeck.com/newsletter, and you will receive a whole lot of information about how to work with me, including an invitation to my members community where I have all of my free goodies. So let's have a look at where this queen is sitting, and she's right here. She's pulling Virgo through to Libra. So we're coming through this way because we always move widdershins around or anti-clockwise around the astrological wheel. So here she is in Virgo, and she's pulling through to Libra. So if you want to double check the dates, I've also got a cheat sheet that is in those astrological, in that astrological cheat sheets bundle. And you can see here the Queen of Swords here pulling from Virgo through into Libra here. If you sort of put a card there, you can see I've lined up the boxes so they're about 1/3 of the way down as they pull through. So you can see here September 12 to October 12, and you can see the cards that she rules are 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and 3 of Swords. So if you're wanting to have dates, if you're wanting to use these for your readings, I've got them here on a cheat sheet for you. So let's have a look at the symbolism of this card. I'm reading from my astrological cheat sheets. I've also got an overview cheat sheet here. These all come in a big bundle, as well as a worksheet here as well for you to complete to make sense of the symbolism that you've read about. But this is like everything in a nutshell, and this is the more detailed cheat sheet. And they're in my Etsy shop, and I've made them really well priced for you if you would like to have those. So let's have a look at this Queen. I love this card. I love this card. It is beautiful. So much beautiful symbolism. So the Queen's pose. She's sitting with authority. You can see her holding her sword and her hand is out. And she's sitting with an upright sword. And the upright sword going up into the clear sky indicates clarity of purpose. And again, this is a card with very little disruption. Water of air. So they're neutral to each other. There's no disruption within the card. The crown that the Queen wears shows she has authority as a queen. The crown's made of butterflies, which symbolize metamorphosis, this idea of transformation, transforming from the caterpillar into the butterfly, which is a theme that goes all the way through the tarot, this idea of transforming from one state to another, whether it's from childhood to adulthood, whether it's from old age to death, through into the spiritual realm and around again. The idea of the airiness of butterflies too, that they fly and flap their wings, which goes with the airiness of the card. And the butterflies give a softness about her as well. You can see they're down here on her throne as well, trying to give a softness to this idea that she can cut through the air with her words. Now, her bracelet here is very interesting. It is a Victorian mourning bracelet, as in a grief bracelet. And it suggests she's been widowed. And this suggests she has an understanding of life and emotion. She's had those life's experiences that she puts out there in terms of the way that she gives advice, both to people that come to see her and, of course, most importantly, to counterbalance that masculine energy of the king. The feathers, what are we looking at? The feather and the cape. So if we look here, I can't see any feathers on her gown, but the cape, of course, has got this beautiful idea of white clouds and blue sky, sort of mimicking the actual card itself. And the idea of the blue cape is that it is a cape of emotion. But again, you've got white billowy clouds, which again are airy, but they are also showing white is innocence. So this purity of purpose in her way of being. Her white robe, the same thing. She has this purity about her. Her stone throne, the grey throne, is carved with butterflies. Again, this idea of the airiness of butterflies, and a cherub's head, which is symbolic of children and growing into maturity. The two crescent moons suggest the cycles of life and feminine energy, and the two crescent moons are here on the legs of the throne. The clouds here, as we know, can symbolize confusion, and they're a light grey, and she's sort of sitting amongst them. But her sword is pointing firmly upwards away from the clouds. And this is showing that she has a great clarity of thought. She's in calmness. There's no disruption in this card, remember. So she's in calmness and she's able to give clear, directive advice to anyone who is coming to see her. So that is the Queen of Swords. I hope that's helped her to make sense. To make sense of her. I've got a meaning here that I will share with you that I've written. The Queen of Swords represents someone who is logical, rational, and fair. She is always objective and she acts in everyone's best interests. So again, remembering this calmness, this clarity of thought. So that's the Queen of Swords. If you love my work, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. It would really help me with my channel, and I would so appreciate it if you could. Don't forget, there's lots of freebies in my community. Go to connectwithyourdeck.com/newsletter to be part of my community. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video, which will be the 10 of Swords, and then we start the last suit, which is the Pentacles. So if you've been watching the videos all the way through until now, congratulations. I really do hope that I'm helping you to get to know the cards. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.